Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA, Crystal W Online, Pro Beauty Wholesale, YouTube Like a Boss, put them all in one place, and here we are. All right, so I am working at home today. As you guys can clearly tell by the title, today is a busy day because I have content that I am filming today. At home in my my studio slash office. And then at the same time, I am working on our YouTube Like a Boss platform because it launches on October the 1st. So with that being said, I said, you know what? Ow, dang it. I said, you know what? This is the perfect time to come on live anyway. And kind of just showcase to you guys a couple different things. So first things first, if you're new here, for those of you on my Instagram, don't forget you guys need to come jump over to my YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel where we have Elite Hair Care USA. Good morning, Salon Essentials. Good morning, Grace. And then we also have Crystal Williams Online. So I have two channels that I traditionally use on YouTube. One being, of course, Elite Hair Care USA, and the other one being Crystal Williams Online, which is more my personal channel, where I put like my vlogs and cook with me's and all of that good stuff. Hey, good morning to my YouTube family. I see you guys jumping on in. And all right, so today's video that I'm filming a couple videos today. But the main video is all about the tools that you would use for recording to really get started on YouTube. Now, it's not even just YouTube because these tools you will use on social media in its entirety. This is also things that you would use whether you are a vlogger, whether you are a business, whether you are just a person who likes to just record yourself. Maybe you're going on a family vacation. That kind of still puts you in the place of vlogger. If you are a skill set person where maybe you do something with your hands, maybe you are a lecturer or a teacher. Maybe you are a person who has just a hobby that you really, really love. This is really what you would be using on a regular basis per se. And I'm giving you guys this part of the content for the free 99. Okay, so this is for the free 99, even though this is actually a part of the basic tier of the YouTube Like a Boss Academy, where you are basically being taught how to start a YouTube channel and literally create content, find your niche, all of these different things. But I said, you know what? I think for this particular portion, I will give you guys some of this information because a lot of you don't even know your potential. A lot of you don't even know that you really have the ability to step into a realm where you can be a content creator part-time and literally make, you know, whatever it is that you need to make for your brand, for your business. You can literally build your business just through the power of video. A lot of you don't even apply yourself for stuff like that. And that is really why people like me are here, to really put you guys in a place where you know your full potential. Like, a lot of you don't know the potential that you have when it comes on to, you know, really just homing in on content creation. Some of you are wasting your absolute time. Right? Some of you are literally wasting your own time by sitting here and literally posting pictures for the gram instead of saying, you know what? Let me turn this thing that I have, this thing that I love about myself. Let me turn this into something other than me just posting pictures for the gram, or turn this into something other than me just literally putting up reels because Instagram says that they will pay me for, you know, putting reels up, stuff like that. No, we're not doing that anymore. We're doing purposeful content here. We are doing things with intent. We are doing things that are going to literally, you know, make sense for us rather than not make sense. Because some of you just waste your time on social media and you could be making tons right now. You know what I mean? So I would literally say, stop. Let's get it together and let's start really homing in on what we came here for, what our purpose is. Now, let me jump backwards just for a second. For those of you that don't know already, our $10 hair care sale is going on where all of our Elite hair care products are 10 US dollars, not Jamaican, okay? 10 US dollars, right? If you go to elitehaircareusa.com or to my other brand, which is crystalwonline.com, you can shop the $10 sale. So all of our Crystal W products are on sale. All of our Elite hair care products are on sale. No code is needed. You literally just need to go to the site, add the items to your cart. For the Elite hair care site, it's free shipping over $150. And then for the Crystal W site, it's free shipping over, I think it's $100. And like I said, no code is needed for either one. So you guys definitely jump on either website and shop. A lot of you on my Instagram don't know that Crystal W Online exists. That is my body care and everything else brand. So that brand is the brand where I have my Elite Detox capsules, where my sister-in-law who's on here, Island Monet, can tell you guys how these work. So she put up a video yesterday and she texted me from work yesterday. And she was like, who told me to take these capsules in the morning before I started work? And I just started laughing. She called me the devil. Because she's like, she has been pooping and peeing all day. So when I say pounds are gone off of these, pounds. I literally detox every 4 to 6 weeks for about 7 to 14 days, depending on how I'm feeling. I've been doing that for a very long time. Not even just for weight loss, but really just to cleanse out your colon, because you eat a lot of foolishness. And I love to eat. And people think that, getting a tummy tuck for the second time or getting liposuction for the fourth time. See, a lot of you don't even know that. Tummy tuck for the second time, liposuction for the fourth time, because my first 3 times were failures in liposuction. I wasted thousands of dollars. And I decided to finally go to the DR and say that I was going to get this surgery done the way I wanted to get it done. But before my doctor, which shout out to Dr. Iris Mercedes in the DR, that's my girl, I love her. Before my doctor would even touch me, after we did our consult, she said, you have to get down to 190 pounds. Well, I was 214 pounds in April when I reached out to her. Okay. And in April, another transparent moment, in April, I ended up in the ER early on. And basically I was at the start of what you call a thyroid storm. If you have, hypothyroid or hyperthyroid, then you know exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about a thyroid storm. But basically what that is your entire body starts to shut down organ by organ. And all of this is from your thyroid function. So I got my thyroid removed. My son is 11. He was born 2013. I got my thyroid removed 2012, August of 2012. And that was August 5th, 2012. Well, September 4th, I found out that I was 6 weeks pregnant with my son, my oldest son. Now, I'll do it. You heard me, right? Mm-hmm. Just put him there. My oldest son, Christian, who is now 11 years old. Well, I was 2 weeks pregnant when I got that surgery done, and it didn't show up in any of my blood work or anything. And I actually had my pre-op and everything. And how I found out I was pregnant was very weird, because everything that I did after that surgery had trimesters on it, and not one doctor, a chief resident, a head of surgery, a OBGYN, an orthopedic doctor, and an endocrinologist. 5 very highly qualified doctors did not know that I was pregnant the entire time. So, I say that to say this. The struggle for me has been my weight since that day, because I'm hypo, not hyper. So hypo is when you're on the heavy side. I'm hypo. I feel like everything that I eat, I literally land myself 20 more pounds. Like, that's just how it feels, even when my levels are under control. So, weight has been an issue for me since that moment, and leading all the way up to, me being 38 years old now with a 1-year-old. Could you imagine when I had my 1-year-old, that was the heaviest that I've ever been in my entire life. I have never crossed the realm of 200 pounds, ever. And after I had Kasim, I ended up at about 219 pounds. And I was just big. I was just big and miserable. And I was already in a very unhappy place emotionally with other things. So it was just like a stacking effect for me. And then come April, I had to cleanse a lot of things and certain things had to go. And when it did go, a lot of that came with stress behind it, right? So come April, I end up in the ER because I go to the doctor that morning, which I actually went to an orthopedic doctor for carpal tunnel in my hands because you guys know that I am a cosmetologist. That is my career. I'm still a cosmetologist actively today with an active Florida cosmetology license. I still have a full-on salon, but I work by myself. I don't work with people. I still have a full-on storefront. I still actively do hair every single week. And I was in there with issues because my hands were locking up, both hands now. It used to just be my right hand because I'm right-handed and that's my dominant hand. Well, it started to transport into my left hand where my wrist would hurt so bad. And then I started noticing that my fingers, these 3 fingers on this hand and these 2 fingers on this hand, along with my pinky, they started to tingle and go numb randomly on just random days. And I didn't know why. So I decided to go to an orthopedic doctor, and that's when they did this different test with like electrodes and all these things to only find out that I was developing extreme carpal tunnel in this hand and early onset carpal tunnel in this hand. Basically from it's the hazard of the profession. I mean, if you're a cosmetologist, you'd understand whether you're licensed or not. If you've been doing it as long as I have, I've been a cosmetologist since I was 17 years old, but I've been doing hair since I was 13 years old. I'm 38 now. So that tells you I've been doing hair a very long time to be 38 years old, 38 years young. And I started at age 13 doing hair in my mother's den. I made a salon in my mother's den. My mom's sink in the garage, I had my uncle install a shampoo bowl. I've been doing hair that long. And, now I'm even more, because I'm even more popular, I'm doing hair even more now, right? So anyway, that day when I went to get the testing done, as I'm walking out of the office, I started noticing that my legs were going numb and they started to tingle and I could barely walk. So I thought that I was just exhausted. So I get into the car, and at this day, I actually was renting, I think I was renting a Tesla this day because my car was in the shop. So, it's really low to the ground, and I go to get in the car and I go to sit down and I drop into the car. But I'm thinking like, well, damn, this car is so low. Like, I don't like these little low cars. I'm used to my SUV because, little people like big cars, like little people like big things. That's why they say little dogs don't know their size, because we are big dogs, period. Okay. Anyway, I drop into the car and I'm like, well, maybe I'm hungry, because at this point, I'm just not feeling like myself. And I'm like, okay, I'm hungry. Let me go get something to eat. So for me to say I'm going to get something to eat, I go to Jeremiah's. I wanted an Italian ice. I'm like, maybe I'm a little dehydrated. Maybe I'm parched. Let me go get some Italian ice, because these change things. They make me feel good. So I go to Jeremiah's, get the Italian ice, and I eat it, and I'm like, okay, I'm all right. I'm doing okay. Anyway, I go through the day, and I have to go pick up Christian and Kasim from daycare and school, and then pick up the girls. But the girls had practice, so I didn't have to pick them up that day. Well, when I go to pick up Christian and Kasim, I could barely get out the car at this point. My legs are numb on one side, tingling on the other side. I'm feeling lethargic. I'm sweating like a crackhead in church. Like, I am literally going through it. I'm like, what is wrong with me? So I call my mom and I'm like, Mom, I think I need to go to the ER. I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling like myself. I am not in a space where I think I can just get over this and go lay down. Anyway, I finally get to the ER, and our ER at Florida Hospital, or Advent is the new name, has valet. So when I pull into the valet, I can't even get out the car at this point. Like, I couldn't even move my legs to get out the car. Then I start noticing that my hands are clammy, my feet are sweating. I'm sweating. It's not hot outside, you guys. It's just actually nice and cool out there, nice breeze. So they're like, ma'am, do you need a wheelchair? I said, yes, I need a wheelchair. Crystal don't ride in wheelchairs. I don't like them. I feel like it's a bad omen to play around with stuff like that. Okay. So that's a personalized moment, transparent moment. So this is when you know that I'm really not feeling like myself. So I sit in the wheelchair and the guy rolls me in. And at this point, I'm telling him, I'm like, ma'am, this arm is tingling. My legs feel numb. I have a headache. I'm sweating. So immediately they think exactly what I think. I'm having a stroke. So they call out all these people. They come, they're asking me all these questions. They're asking me to do all these things. They're like, okay, we're going to rule the stroke out because you don't have this, you don't have that. So they're like, okay, we're going to go ahead and get you in a bed so we can, do some labs, see what's going on. I finally go inside about 10 minutes later. I can't even get myself in the actual bed. They have to help me get in the bed. At this point, I'm like, ma'am, I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't tell you what's wrong with me. They start an IV. They take some labs from me. They ask me a ton of questions. And as I'm laying there, mind you, when I get there, I have no temperature. My temperature is normal. I'm just feeling lethargic. I don't have a sore throat. I have none of this. She's like, well, we're going to wait for the labs to come back. And then, the doctor will come and see you, blah, blah, blah. As I'm laying there, I notice that I'm getting hotter. It's starting to feel like my body is on fire. I turned to the nurse and I was like, ma'am, do you think I have a fever? She's like, well, I checked your temperature like 20 minutes ago. You didn't have a fever. Well, she's like, well, let me check it again just to be sure. She checks it again. I'm 102. Just that fast. In about 20 minutes, I'm at 102. I am literally laying there trembling. They are wrapping me up with these blankets. I'm telling them like, okay, what is wrong with me? By this point, my labs come back. The doctor comes over. He's like, Ms. Williams, I think that you're starting a thyroid storm. He's like, your thyroid levels are extremely high and all of your other levels are dropping extremely low. So he's like, okay, clearly, whatever the medication is that you're on right now, that medication is not doing what it's supposed to do because your thyroid function is through the roof. And I think that your body is shutting down little by little. And we are at the verge of a thyroid storm right now. So at that point, they're like, okay, we're going to do a couple things. They start giving me this really intense steroid through the IV. They give me that and they give it to me in the pill form too. So they give me both. They give me one in the IV and they give me another one in the pill. Then they give me some type of antibiotic because they say, okay, your white blood cells are a little high. It looks like you have some form of infection somewhere. So we're going to treat that too. So I say about 2 hours later, I started to kind of feel a lot better. And then they gave me an ibuprofen for the fever. And then that's when all of a sudden everything broke. And now the bed is dripping wet. I am soaking wet, like literally drenched. So that's when I know that the fever broke. And at that point, he's like, okay, Ms. Williams, you have an appointment tomorrow for your endocrinologist because my endocrinologist is a part of that practice. So they spoke to him anyway. When you go in tomorrow, he's going to adjust your levels because clearly your medication is not helping you. And you are definitely in a bad place when it comes onto your thyroid. On top of that, my A1C was extremely high. My insulin was extremely high. My insulin was over 120, I think. And my A1C was in double digits. And I'm talking high double digits. So at that point, they were like, okay, well, clearly everything is out of whack and you have to do something about this. So long story short, after that scare, which was probably one of the biggest scares of my life, because if you don't know what a stroke is and all you keep seeing is these ABC signs all over the ER that keep telling you to look for these signs, and all you keep feeling is every sign that you see because all of a sudden you've become a hypochondriac being in there, then you'd understand that my level of fear was through the roof. My anxiety was through the roof. It was so high and I was terrified. And that was the day that I made the decision to say, okay, Crystal, number one, you got to get this weight off. Because people don't understand that excessive pounds, hypothyroid, insulin resistance, they all are brothers and sisters, right? They all lead to each other. One sits on top of the other. Now, if you don't know anything about the endocrine system is all about your diabetes, your kidney, your liver function, your endocrine, okay? It's all your thyroid. It controls all of that. So if the thyroid is non-existent, because I don't have a thyroid, it was removed fully, And then your hormone replacement, that is replacing the actual hormones that your thyroid produces to help regulate the other parts of your body, such as your insulin, your pituitary gland, all of these things. Well, guess what? If your thyroid function is bad, it's going to start shutting everything else down. That is another reason why I tell people don't play around with your thyroid, because it is one of the littlest organs in your body, but it is one of the most powerful organs in your body, especially as a female. It can literally make you look like a crackhead in months. You will have people thinking that you got that thing, okay? It is also one of those things that can literally make you as heavy as my 600-pound life people if you don't control it. So, weight was always a big problem for me, but I was at the heaviest that I've ever been in my entire life that day. I was still at 219 pounds. And my son was in his months old at this point, and I didn't give myself any grace because I already was insecure about my weight from the beginning. I was already, right? Thank you, Tally. Shout out to my girl Tally from Studio 7. But yeah, I was already in a place where I wasn't happy. I was just coming out of a not happy relationship, and then I'm already in a not happy life, period. And then here comes this not happy diagnosis of all these other problems. And I was just already just fed up. I was fed up. I was just really fed up. And sometimes you have to get to that point where you're just fed up for you to make a change for yourself. So at that point is when I decided, you know what, I was talking to one of my friends. Shout out to my friend Angel. I love her. That's my boo. In Atlanta. I was actually talking with her on the phone, and she's like, Crystal, I've been telling you for so long, why don't you do intermittent fasting? Mind you, I had already talking to this doctor about, I had already spoken to the doctor about me getting, tummy tuck and lipo, and I wanted all these things, right? And she was like, well, I'm not touching you until you're down to at least minimum 190 pounds, because your BMI needs to be at least a 32. Well, I was a 38. This was in April. So clearly I was very far from where I needed to be. So that was number one. That's when Angel was like, Crystal, I've been telling you about the intermittent fasting. I'm like, well, Angel, I don't fast. I don't want to fast. I like to eat. And intermittent fasting is going to stop me from eating. It's going to stop me from doing it when I want to do it. And eating is my happy place. Some people do drugs. Some people drink. Some people gamble. I like to eat. That's my happy place. That's my drug. That's me. She's like, okay, all right, well, you want to die? That's how we talk to each other. It's like, so you want to die? And I'm like, no, of course not. And that night, after all of that scare from the hospital and the thyroid and all these things, I went to my endocrinologist that next day. My medication, he changed it drastically because clearly it was way too high. And he was like, well, I can start giving you some metformin. Metformin is what your insurance will cover so that you can start dropping the weight. Metformin helps to regulate your insulin. If your insulin is not regulated, you guys, you won't drop a pound. A lot of people don't understand that. Insulin resistance basically is where if you notice that you're craving like a crackhead sugar all day, every single day, I wake up at 2 a.m. because my body has told me that I need to go eat a popsicle. Ooh, there's candy in the closet. Ooh, you want some. That is what insulin resistance does to you. It makes you yearn those carbs along with other things. So with that being said, I was like, okay, I got to do something. And right now I'm not taking this nasty metformin. I'm not diabetic. I was pre-diabetic, but I just didn't want to tell myself that I'm diabetic. I'm not going to do the things that diabetic people do. Like, I don't want to. So that's when I decided to start intermittent fasting that day. I literally started intermittent fasting. And I had to figure out where my sweet spot was with the fasting, because I know that I'm a nighttime snacker. So the worst thing you can do with intermittent fasting is follow somebody else's schedule. Don't do it. Okay? I said, okay, I traditionally don't eat breakfast because I never really have time. I have 4 children. I have a business. I have multiple businesses. I have to be over in Apopka at the distribution center, making sure that those fires are put out. Then I got to be over here at the salon, over here, making sure that my clients are not going bald and I'm teaching them how to do their hair. I have to be on YouTube, teaching everybody about my brand, building my brand, talking about my brand, showcasing my brand, and also being Crazy Crystal over here too. I also have 4 children who, my youngest one, he gives no shits about anything. It's all about him. He gives definite Leo behavior, okay? If the world is not circling around him and the sun does not shine on him and the moon does not crest over him at night, everything is destruction. Okay, so I have him. Then I have my older son, Christian, who every single second of the day, something has happened, whether it be something at school, gaga ball, the teacher is not doing this, he said this, he forgot his lunchbox, he wants to play this sport, his game is this, he didn't have homework for 7 months, all this time he had homework. So that's the child that you have to stay on. Then my younger daughter, Alex, she is extremely active in everything you can think of. She swims, she's stage manager, she does great with school, she does this, she does that. Okay, so then I have to make sure that I'm there to pick her up, turn around, do a circle, go get Adriana, who now is this semi teenager slash I want to be an entrepreneur slash I want to be out here in these streets, because you're never going to be out here in these streets, slash I don't want to go to private school, I'd rather go to public school because I think that public school is so cool, slash I'm a cheerleader, slash mommy I need money, slash she's my most expensive child. All right, so put all of that into one place and see where my life is. Great. So technically, like, I know that at the end of the day, my eating hours are in the evening. I know that I traditionally am a late eater. I am also a snacker. So what I decided to do with my intermittent fasting, because you have to tailor this to what your body needs, not what the world tells you to do, right? So I said, I'm traditionally ready to eat around 1, 2 o'clock. I typically stop eating around any time of the night. Let's just put honesty there, right? Let me fix my brush, you guys. I stop eating at any point in time of the night, right? So how am I gonna make this work? I knew I was gonna do the bare minimum for the intermittent fasting, so I chose to do the 16-8 schedule. So 16 hours fasting, 8 hours eating. I chose my 8 hours from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. So me starting at 3 p.m. will put me at my hungriest moment of the day. Me ending at 11 p.m. would also give me the ability to eat a snack right before 11 p.m. and that would carry me through the 16 hours. This is kind of how you have to do this plan in order for it to work for me, right? So I started the intermittent fasting, and the first week was probably the most complicated because it's a thing. You're training your mind to understand, hey, you're not going to be eating for 16 hours. No snacking, no juice, no soda. I am a soda head. No sweets, no candy, no none of that. Furthermore, Crystal, you want to go and do this surgery in June. So this is April, and you only have May, part of June, to lose a total of, 25 pounds? Well, that is not easy, especially for someone who doesn't have a thyroid, for someone who loves to snack. So the first week I did it, when I weighed myself that first week and I got on the scale, miraculously, I only had lost like 2 to 4 pounds. I can't remember the actual number. And I was already discouraged because I was like, okay, I just starved myself to death for the whole week. I haven't had any soda. I need a fix. I haven't had any candy. There's candy in the closet because I save all the kids' Halloween candy all throughout the year, and we just kind of eat it throughout the year. And I know that I really want to go eat this. Well, nothing ain't working for me right now. So, I talked to Angel. She talked me down off the wire because she knew I was going to backtrack. I was like, I'm going to backtrack. But to my defense, I said, you know what? I'm going to do 2 things at once. I said, I'm going to detox and I'm going to fast. Because my first week, I didn't get what I wanted. So I said, number 1, let me go cleanse out all the shit out of my stomach. Let me get all this mess from previous things out of my stomach. I had just finished out an antibiotic, all those steroids, all the nasty foods. When I say nasty foods, things that I love to eat, but really they're bad for the body. I had just did all of this stuff. So I said, you know what? Let me detox and intermittent fast. So I have already had my Elite Detox capsules years for this. I had already been detoxing for years. Anybody who knows my previous brand, Ultimate Weight Loss, that was my first $1 million brand. Okay, Ultimate Weight Loss was my first real business where I was making so much money. Like literally, I was hiring people to help me. And this was a business that I built from like 5 bottles, right? So I had already been doing this from back then. And I said, you know what? I wanted to still stay in that realm, even after having to get out of that realm because the FDA started to lock people up and put them in jail. And I wasn't going to jail for anybody. I knew that detoxing was one way to help. Number one, kick that metabolism in overdrive, get all the junk out of your body, and also drop pounds while you're pooping. So I still had 3 bottles of my Elite Detox. I wasn't actually selling it anymore, but I still had 3 bottles, and one of which I had as a tester bottle on my desk for about 2 years, and I used it, but neither here nor there. Anyway, so the next week I started detoxing. I detoxed the entire 7 days that week. I detoxed the next 7 days as well. I also did my intermittent fasting. I did not break on those first 2 to 3 weeks. I didn't break it. I really did it. Like I was on go mode. And when I say the second week, I saw miraculous pounds drop off. Third week, I saw more pounds. Within 4 weeks, I think I was down to, my YouTube family knows, I was down to like 17 pounds or 13 pounds, somewhere in one of those numbers. I was down that many pounds in a month from me intermittent fasting and me detoxing all in the same sense. So shout out to my Elite Detox because maybe as old as those detox capsules were, they were literally letting me go poop, 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 poop every single night, like clockwork in the middle of the night. Because I was pooping so much, I had no drive to go eat. I didn't want to eat because I was pooping at night. So it kind of helped me to really do what it needed to do. Do you have any more Elite Detox? Actually, yes. The reason why I have it now is because once I got through the intermittent fasting and lost that 25 pounds and was able to get my surgery, I said, you know what? Crystal, you need to get back into this. Why did you stop in the first place? Well, I stopped in the first place because I just had too much on my plate. So I went ahead and I reordered another order or another shipment of the Elite Detox capsules. So that is why you guys see these now and haven't seen them in so long. My YouTube family, you guys know exactly what I mean. So the Elite Detox capsules is over on my crystalwonline.com site. So Crystal, CRYSTALW, online, ONLINE.com. That is where all of my weight loss and food and body care products are. So that is why I do now have the Elite Detox capsules again. Anyway, go fast forward. I get the surgery 2 days after my birthday. That was my birthday gift to myself. And when I get the surgery, actually the day I go to see my doctor, because I didn't actually meet her until I got there. Before I got the surgery in the DR, I had to do a bunch of blood work, and you got to see a bunch of doctors. Like they're real strenuous down there with it. I actually love doing it there rather than here. I will go there again 1,000,000 times before I go here. What surgery did you have? I had a tummy tuck and lipo 360. And then I also got thigh lipo, but never do thigh lipo, just get a lift. So now I actually have to get a lift because I had so much fat in my thighs that my skin sags slightly. So I have to now get a thigh lift, which is what I was going to get anyway. But she said that she could do lipo instead. So now she's going to do the lift for free. Anyway, yeah, so when she weighed me the day before my surgery, I was literally at 190 on the dot. I was at 190 on the dot. After I had the surgery, I did not intermittent fast because they don't allow you to intermittent fast. They don't want you fasting. They want you to eat. Food is what heals the body. So they want you to make sure that you're eating and you're taking in your fats. I also had a hip enhancement. I didn't need a BBL. I already had a butt. So the butt was okay. And I didn't need a big butt. I don't want to be big butt Judy. I'm okay. I'm good. I wanted my body to look like a normal body, but just nice and snatched, which is exactly what I woke up to. That's exactly what I got. Leaving the DR, when I got back home, I weighed myself. I was 187 pounds when I got back from the DR. So those of you that think that Tummy tuck and lipo is a weight loss surgery. You lied to yourself. Don't do that. Don't tell yourself that. You have to lose the weight first. I highly recommend you lose the weight before you do it, because if you don't, you're going to be very sad when you're done. Yes, you're going to be snatched, but the fat is going to show everywhere else. Everywhere that they did not snatch is where you're going to start seeing a lot of lumps, bumps, and mistakes, right? So, you know, my arms, I've always had big arms. That is exactly where my biggest problem is right now. And this skin will not tighten because I actually had lipo on my arms about 8 years ago, and that made my skin sag. My skin does not retract the way that normal people's skin retracts. What's the perfect size in inches? There is no perfect size. It's whatever size is perfect for you. Were you in pain? Absolutely, because that was my 4th round of lipo. My skin was extremely sensitive to the touch. I was in my stage 1 garment for the entire time. I still can wear it. I can't even wear stage 2 right now because it's uncomfortable. But that's because that's my 4th round of lipo. And it was aggressive lipo. She was extremely aggressive because I have a ton of scar tissue from having so many surgeries, so many failed surgeries. But this time around, you know, I did the work. The intermittent fasting was probably the best thing, because when I got my labs done in the DR, every single lab that was down, under, over, whatever, was at normal range. Every single one. And I got my labs done before I went to the DR too, and they were exactly the same. It was a confirmation. So my vitamin D, which has always been low, if you're African American, we always struggle with vitamin D issues because we don't like the sun. And naturally, that's what gives us the vitamin D. Well, my vitamin D was normal. I haven't had a normal vitamin D reading in decades. Since being a child, my vitamin D was normal. My iron, before I went to have this surgery, I could not get my iron to get anywhere near an 11.1. I could get 10.9, I can get 11. I just could not get it to get any higher. And in the DR, they require at least a 12 for them to do the bare minimum of surgery for you. So when I got to the DR, I was at a 12.2. Hello. Like, when I actually did my surgery, my white blood cells were fine, my red blood cells were fine. My A1C was actually normal. My insulin was back to normal range. Mind you, in April, it was sky high. I was like 1 point from if officially being diabetic, and my insurance still wouldn't cover me getting the shots. So it was just a thing for itself. So, you know, at that moment, that's when I knew that intermittent fasting had literally changed my entire life. 100%. Yes, the surgery is great, but the surgery does not take the weight off your face. Let me show you guys what I look like before this surgery. Let's go back. Because you always need to remind yourself of where you're coming from, right? So this was my birthday party before my surgery. This was my birthday party 2 days before I left from my surgery. For those of you that don't know, I'm dual streaming right now. So I have 2 cameras set up on 1 tripod. Okay, so that was me before my surgery. This was 2 days before. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys myself back in April when I started having the thyroid storm. Let me go back. Let me find me. When was Easter? March? Okay, let me show you guys me on Easter. Every time I look at this picture, I'm like, what was wrong? What in the hell? This was March 31st. That's me, March 31st. Look at that face. Look at this face. That's me, March 31st, 2024. Hi, Olive. Can you see the difference? If you can see the difference, put some fire emojis in the chat, because March 31st, that was me. Every time I look at that picture, I'm just like, my daughter took a video of me on Easter, sitting outside on Easter. And when I looked at myself, I said, I look like somebody's grandma. I look like somebody's grandma. This is my daughter taking videos of me eating. And then I love to eat. So it was exciting. So even with having a tummy tuck and lipo, that does not change the face. It doesn't change the arms because nothing was touched there. It doesn't change your calves. I even had to go down one ring size. I went the other day to get my watch fixed. I got my ring resized. Dude was like, you know, every time you go down a ring size, that means that you've gone down about 25 or more pounds. He's like, you've gone down a whole ring size. I had to get my ring resized and go down a size. I started noticing I've been a size 10 for many years, many years. Now, all of a sudden, size 10 is too big for me. I thought that something was wrong with the shoes. No, I'm down a shoe size too. Well, surgery doesn't do that. Surgery doesn't adjust your foot. It doesn't change your arms. It doesn't change your fingers. They don't lipo fingers. Star, yeah, my Crocs are actually too big if you want me to tell you, but I thought it was just something. And my Crocs are a 10. So, you know, I literally did the work, and I can honestly say the best thing I did, and probably not even probably. Hold on, y'all. What? Okay. Not even probably. Me ending up in the ER that day in April was the day that life changed. That's the day that I had to have for me to make the decision that had to be made. And that was probably one of the best decisions that I've ever made. Because at this point, when I look at myself, I see crystal again. I haven't seen crystal in a long time. I haven't seen crystal in a long time. Shout out to Hair Care by Dinette. Hey, boo. A lot of inflammation, absolutely. So since that time, I developed something called the Weight Loss Success Program, where basically it tells you about intermittent fasting and how I successfully have been able to utilize it. And I teach you how to utilize intermittent fasting and detoxing to do exactly the same thing. So the intermittent fasting plan, which is the weight loss success plan, that is on sale on my site today as well. It's traditionally $49.99 for the plan. It's now $10 during the $10 sale on crystalwonline.com. The Elite Detox capsules are also $10. They are traditionally $29.99. So you can get those as well on crystalwonline.com. The weight loss success plan, it gives you the meal plan, it gives you the intermittent fasting, it gives you how to detox, and it gives you everything that you're going to need in regards to what kind of scale to use, how to measure yourself. It does all of that in there, and it's all digital download, so you get access to it immediately. So I said all of that to say this. Through all of that, I had to go through the storm myself. But through that pain, through that unhappiness, through that happiness, through all of that, it bred life to me being able to now utilize all of this as content, number one. Number two, build a business from something that I did. So I tell people that all the time, like, if you're passionate about something, if you love something, if you get excited about something, turn that passion and that purpose into a business. And then get yourself on YouTube or on Instagram or one of these platforms, talk about it, and that is how it grows. Because how I was able to become a very successful weight loss brand, I literally sat on YouTube and told people how I lost 23 pounds in 30 days. Donette knows, Hair Care by Donette. Do you remember we were looking like crackheads at that point? Everybody was on these capsules, okay? Like everybody, okay? I had every hairstylist looking like snatched, dropping pounds, like no problem, dropping weight, right? So, you know, that is something that I literally have been passionate about. I love to look good. I mean, what else can I say? So I turned that into a business, and that is when my YouTube life started. Back then, when I was doing the weight loss, I would sit on YouTube and just make videos talking about how I lost the weight, what I used, talking about bee pollen. You know, I had to learn how to expand that content, and that's when I started building my YouTube. And then that business went down, and I kind of got off YouTube for a while. What are the instructions on the capsules? How many do you take? So you can take anywhere between 1 to 2 per day. I was doing 1 a day, and then I went to 2 per day. But 1 to 2 per day, that's it. And then you need to drink a minimum of 8 ounces of water at the time that you take it. And definitely drink your water throughout the day. I'm not a water drinker. I can be very open and honest about that. So I was definitely always cotton mouth because I don't like water. But I had to learn how to drink the water because it's definitely important. It helps to push out a lot of what's coming out, what needs to come out. It helps to push it out. Yeah, so definitely, jump on crystalwonline.com. You can get the weight loss success program. That's $10. And then also our elite detox capsules are $10 this week. Their $10 sale applies to both of my websites. So all of our elite hair care products and all of my Crystal W products are all $10. And you're able to jump on there and get all of that good stuff. Hey, Monet. All right. Anyway, so I actually just filmed some new content this morning, and I'm going to show you guys something that I purchased that you guys can probably purchase if you do or getting into the YouTube Like a Boss program or if you are a content creator. So this is a 3 tripod ring light. I know y'all are like, wait, they make these? Yes, because I just invested in a third phone. Right? So I use my iPhones for filming. I also have a Sony, what is this thing? Because I have a camera too. I'm still learning how to use this thing, but a Sony ZV-E10. I have this as well. But I started doing my YouTube with an iPhone. I've had every iPhone you can think of, and I'm a tech geek, so if anything new comes out, I like to buy these things because they are tech stuff. You come in to tell me all about the detox pills. Donnie, do you want to go live? I'll let you go live so you can tell them what it did. You got to make it clean though, no cursing. But if you want me to put you in the live, I will. Is this a new product? Would you be able to take song? What? Okay. But yeah, so this is a 3 tripod ring light, 19-inch ring light. It is going to be in my Amazon store, so you guys will be able to get it. I did get it from Amazon. It was actually extremely cost effective. I'm one question. I'm on your site. Do you have any appointments in September? If you don't see any, my schedule is real time. Then that means no. We're in October doing it. Let me tell next time I look throwed away today. Okay, no problem. But yeah, so this is a 3 tripod ring light that I am actually taking to the salon because then I'll be able to dual record. So I'll be able to record on this phone where I can do vertical videos for my TikTok, my Instagram. I can do my YouTube live with these two. And then on this one, I can now do my regular video recording here. Or I can go on both my YouTube channels and still get my recording here so that I can now edit this content and use it as a third piece of content. So that is what this ring light is for. Like I said, it will be in my Amazon store. One of the best investments that they've ever made. That I've ever made, definitely. It also comes with 2 remote controls so that this one controls I think this one controls the actual light. I don't know, let me see. So this one, oh yeah, okay. This one controls the light where I can turn it on and off. And then this one also gives me the ability to make it brighter or more dim, cooler, warmer. Love this thing. I'm probably gonna get a second one. This is actually cheaper than the other ones. And then this one is the one that you can sync to your phone to allow yourself to record or capture. So it gives you both. It gives you both, where you can control the light and all that stuff. Hey, Pamela. Detox pills. Is it new? No, it's not new. I just haven't had it in almost a year. Can anyone take your detoxes? What if someone has medical issues? So with any weight loss, you need to consult with your physician. I'm not a doctor. I'm just giving you my personal experience. But with any type of capsules, anything that you're ingesting, any change in your life, you need to consult with your physician first. I can't tell you yay or nay. I'm sorry. But yeah, so this is a new tool that I just got. I'm going to actually get a second one. I really do want a second one. So I'll have one at home and then I'll have one at the salon. I might have two at the salon. You never know. Because I film a lot at the salon. And then I've started filming in here. So I'm actually going to finish the grass wall that I haven't finished in so long. It is. It gives me three different holders, which I really like it because I can have content now where I now have two iPhones. So I have a 16 Pro Max, 1 terabyte. I have a 14 Pro Max, 1 terabyte, and I got a 15 Pro Max, 1 terabyte. So I have all three. My 14, I'm going to upgrade at some point. I didn't choose to upgrade it, which I can. It was only an extra $100. So I'm going to upgrade it to the 16 anyway. But what I also invested in, because I do a lot of video on my phones, I actually got adapters. These are definitely things that I would recommend. So this is a C port and this is a USB-A or something. I don't know, ABC, whatever. But I have both where I'm able to put a USB, a micro SD card, or even the traditional SD card in either one. Well, in this one. This one is the USB-C. This one is for my iPhone 14, where I can only do the micro SD card, and then I can also put a USB-C in there. So I can plug this one in there and charge this, but this seems bigger for some reason or another. I don't know. Also, another good investment that I made was a wireless microphone for when I'm doing like recording or I'm doing my voiceovers. I use a wireless microphone to do that, to keep my voice concentrated, because if you can tell, we have 20-foot ceilings in our home. So the echo goes like this, and I have no plan of investing in recording studio equipment to put on anything. I have no plan of soundproofing this wall, because I'd have to do the whole room. This is not a recording studio. So I had to find other ways to be able to make this work. So I use this wireless microphone. The website to order the products is in the chat, my love, but just in case, it's crystalwonline.com, and then also elitehaircareusa.com when it comes on to our hair care products. For the detox and the weight loss success, crystalwonline.com. So these two, this one you plug in. So if you can tell, this one goes with the traditional, like the older iPhone. I also have one with the C port that goes with the newer iPhone. So I use that. My micro SD card, this one is, I think it's 1 terabyte that I purchased. This is also going to be on my Amazon store. Yeah, I got a 1 terabyte micro SD card, and then the bigger one. That will be on the Amazon store as well. I also have about 17 different external drives. I use these because I can actually now plug my external drive into my phone as well and move my videos over to this. This one is 2 terabytes. This one don't even say what it is. This is an older one. I have another 1 terabyte connected to my computer. I also got adapters where, you know, a lot of things have the USB, the bigger one, where I can now plug it in to my cell phone if I need to plug it into my cell phone. And then this actually plugs into my external. So these are like adapter pieces. Those are also in my, my Amazon store. Another great investment that I have, or that I made, is the microphone. This is a echo reducing microphone. So I actually use this when I'm recording my YouTube Like a Boss videos. So right now I'm in recording of the YouTube Like a Boss videos where I'm teaching you how to build $1 million YouTube channel, right? Or YouTube channels. So I use this to record those videos, which I'm gonna do some more recording today. And that is how I'm able to limit the echo of my voice and concentrate my voice when I'm doing my YouTube Like a Boss training classes, which I still have a lot more to do because the Academy opens on October the 1st. By the way, if you're not already signed up for the YouTube Like a Boss Academy, go to youtubelikeaboss.com, or you can go to milliondollarbizacademy.com and get signed up for either the basic tier, where you get access to how to build a channel, how to find your niche, your target audience, tools for recording, basic editing with an iPhone, YouTube guidelines, how to make thumbnails, how to make your video description, resources to get your video description, how to upload videos, short form content versus long form content, how to manage your creator studio. A lot of you don't know that there's a backside to this. There's a creator studio. How to stay consistent. Some of you don't understand that part. Consistency is a big thing when it comes on to building this content for you to make money while you sleep. I literally make money while I sleep. My check for YouTube, let's go over it because I like to give proof. Let me go to my creator studio. My check in July, when I did no work because I was in the DR, I had surgery in the DR, right? Let me go to the July check. So my check in July, when I did no content, right? I think I went on live like 2 or 3 times, and my revenue was down 21% because I hadn't been on my YouTube at all. My check that month was $15,559. That is my YouTube check. That is the check that was deposited into my bank account, which they just deposited the payments yesterday. That is our direct deposit that I get every single month between the 20th and the 24th. Hey, baby. What's that? Mm-hmm. Sure. That's yours? Mm-hmm. Oh, no, you eat. Thank you, baby. Oh, okay. That was my check for July, and I wasn't even at work. I hadn't even made any videos that month. At all. Right? How much are the classes? So the basic membership, which includes how to really start a YouTube channel and really build that channel and learn how to do the basics, that one is $99, one-time payment. You don't pay anything else. That is that, and you have access to your classes. Now, for those of you who are really serious about this, or maybe you have a business, or you have, a skill set or a hobby that you want to turn into a business, and you want to utilize YouTube to do that, well, I would say join our elite membership, where that membership gives you 1 hour every month. We get a one-on-one Zoom strategy call with me every single month, one time for 1 hour, where we basically go over whatever issues you might be having, whatever roadblocks you might be experiencing. Baby, can I have some juice? Hear me. Whatever roadblocks you might be experiencing, stuff like that. So that tier includes that. You also get advanced editing, content planning, how to get collaborations and partnerships, how to use YouTube to build your business, monetizing your YouTube, your monthly Zoom mentorship call. You get all of the basic tier included in that as well. How to increase your subscribers, how to build your business from YouTube, and how to make a business on YouTube, how to cross promote, how to scale your channel to $1 million channel. All of that is included in the elite tier. Plus, you also, you get all of the basic tier. Are you sure 15,000 a month? You thought I was joking? You want to see? Hold on. I'm reading a message, actually. It just went away. Absolutely. Okay. Yes, creators make that much a month and more. So yeah, the person asked the question. I'm a person of proof. I don't play like that. So I'm showing you my July tier. Okay, this is July. This right here was my deposit. That is July. See, I highlighted July. That is July. That was a month that I did nothing. That is July. Even though it says estimated revenue, they say estimated because you also get money from like super chats and stuff like that. And they actually take my taxes out. So this is less the taxes. I got proof, baby. I don't play games like that. That is July. Say the class website again, please. YouTubelikeaboss.com. YouTubelikeaboss.com. That is where you can go to get registered for the basic tier, where, you know, I give you how to build your YouTube channel, make your thumbnails, all that good stuff. But some of you don't even have the basic part. Then for those of you who are in a business, please do not start in the basic part, because you need to learn how to build that business on YouTube. I have been successfully able to build a over $4.3 million net brand through YouTube. That's Elite Hair Care. And I did that in less than 5 years. So I know a lot of you might be struggling with self-doubt. A lot of you might be struggling with, oh, I don't know I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. Listen, you are really your worst enemy. I have to tell people this all the time. When you are on YouTube making videos, you are talking to yourself. So while I'm talking right now, I'm looking at myself. It's just people in the comments. While I'm on Instagram right now, I'm talking to myself, right? And, you know, you think that you don't have an expertise. You think that people don't want to hear anything that you have to say. You think that people don't want to learn from you, when you're sadly mistaken, because everybody wants to learn something from someone. Even the corniest videos make tons of money on YouTube, right? So let me say this. I watch YouTube videos of people plucking the hair out of dog ears. Do you think that that person woke up one day and said, you know, I'm going to pluck dog ears on YouTube? No, but do you know that that video has over 10 million views? Do you know that that lady's business is booming? Rover's Dog Grooming. Love her to death. I'm a super fan. Okay? She plucks hair out of dogs' ears. She grooms dogs' bodies. She expresses anal glands on YouTube. Some of you are addicted to Be Love's Life, who sops nasty seafood and slops it with those onions and has heartburn out this continent. She made money. Would you say YouTube has the biggest payout versus other platforms? Absolutely. TikTok couldn't pay me enough, and Instagram damn sure can't pay me enough. Facebook right now is doing the $32,000 creator fund, where you can do up to $32,000 for your reels, because they really want you over there. And that's in a month. I know some people who've actually gotten the $32,000. Me personally, I'm just getting into reels, so maybe I'll be there one day. But my focus is YouTube, because YouTube pays checks. Good checks. I'm not a creator, but Crystal has helped at my home business tremendously. Yes, Star, that's my Crocs girl. How do you deal with it when there is haters? Sometimes doesn't that get mentally exhausting at some point? So Elaine, one of the classes in the basic and the elite tier of the YouTube Like a Boss Academy is how to handle negative comments and haters. There's an actual class for that, because when I first started back on YouTube, I used to get consumed by the negativity, and I quickly had to learn that people are just weird. I don't know you, you don't know me, so why am I taking it personal? Oh, you can't do hair. Well, say that to the other 600,000 people who liked my video. Say that to the other 1 million people who shopped my website on Black Friday. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, the haters are going to always exist. And I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, make them your motivation. Don't make them shit. Don't even pay them a mind. They pay them no attention. My biggest thing was, what are people going to say when they see me on YouTube? Because, you know, when they see me outside, they just kind of like stare at me. Like, what are they going to say? They're going to talk about me because I'm putting my personal life on YouTube, or because they see my personal. I don't give a damn. I don't care about that. Hey, Angel Boo. Angel of Mercy, I was just talking about you with the intermittent fasting. I told him you were the one who told me that I needed to do it. That is my boo thing. Hi, bestie boo. So yeah, I used to worry about, oh, what people gonna say. You know what's the craziest thing now? People that I didn't even talk to in school. People that I didn't even like, and they probably didn't even like me, have literally messaged me, come to me, booked appointments with me, had conversations with me. Girl, I watch you on YouTube. You are so inspiring. In my mind, I'm like, you didn't even like me in school. You didn't even say hi. Like, thanks. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You get what I'm saying? Y'all hold on 1 second for me, please. Would this info be applicable for churches? I'm trying to get my church set up to monetize and in turn use those funds to help with outreach. Meredith, this would be for anybody. It doesn't matter if you're a nonprofit, for profit, for nothing, I am nothing, he is nothing, she is nothing. It does not matter. Any and everybody can utilize YouTube. There's plenty of churches, plenty of doctors. My favorite doctor is DC Foot Doctor. He literally scrapes people's calluses all day. And I like to watch him remove toe jam from older people's toes. I'm just giving y'all a transparency moment. And guess what? His YouTube channel is booming. He literally has a camera strapped to his body while he is literally taking calluses off of people's toes and talking about fungus. Come on, y'all. I watch people clean earwax. There's people who scratch dandruff on YouTube. Millions of viewers, making tons. You think my little ducats for the month is a month? Mr. Beast, who is probably one of the most successful YouTubers right now, makes six-figure checks every 20th to 24th off of YouTube, not including any of his businesses, not including any of his endorsements, not including any of the sponsorships for any of these videos. None of that is included. We're just talking about YouTube ad revenue. That is what they pay him. Mind you, it's a 60-40 split. So YouTube takes 40%. You get 60%. So at $15,559, that's only 60% of the money that I actually made on YouTube for the month. My most successful month on YouTube was last November. Every November seems to be my most successful month. I had 40,000 in my YouTube account. Here is my lifetime amount that I've made on YouTube. My video that made the most money on YouTube was how to make a silk press last longer. That video has made me $69,000. This is my lifetime amount of money that I have made on YouTube in almost 3 years, maybe. 3 years. I show proof. I'm not a frivolous liar. I don't need to see the reason to lie. Now, let me explain something, you guys. I'm a content creator. I devote my time to my YouTube. I work. I do what I have to do, but I do it because I enjoy it, not because it's a job. That is how I've been able to successfully build my channel, because I film me working on clients. make up content. Like you don't want to make up content. You want to do something that you have a passion for, because that means that you're not working. You don't feel like you're working. Any day that I feel like I'm working on YouTube, I'm not going to do it because I don't like to work. Probably shouldn't have said that, but I'm just telling y'all, I don't like to work. So this is more like passion, right? So let's see, 2023, for 2023, January 1st to December 31st, I brought in $219,000. These are actual amounts that have been deposited in my bank account. Yeah. 2024, so far, I'm at $164,000. In 90 days, I brought in $42,451.98. In 1 year, 365 days, I brought in $256,629.68. My highest grossing video in the last 365 days was doing my daughter's hair for homecoming. That video grossed me $23,393. And that was a live. That wasn't even a filmed video. That was a live. YouTube loves when you utilize their live. I'm utilizing it right now. I'm dual streaming right now. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like when I'm dual streaming. Let me take a photo of it. This is what I'm doing right now. This is also another resource that I would definitely say to get if you want to dual stream. This is a dual tripod. It was like $12 on Amazon. All of these things will be in my Amazon store, you guys. So you guys will be able to get access to these. So don't worry about trying to figure it out. I will put links for you. So that is why I love my YouTube. These 20-foot ceilings did not pay for themselves from a 9 to 5. No. My children's life is not paid for with a 9 to 5. It's paid for with this lifestyle of YouTube, who also builds my brand and my business. That's why I'm on it all the time. I'm a transparent person. I always was scared to talk about this, but this is the gift from God, and I'm going to share it. And I learned how to now monetize it. I don't have any business ready yet for the elite package, so I'm getting basic. Zena, you can start at basic. That's fine. You can upgrade to elite when you're ready. So the elite package is $129, which is your first month. $129. After that is $99 a month, and that includes your Zoom strategy call that we do every single month for 1 hour. And it's not a group call, it's a one-on-one. You have to have thick skin and ignore them. You do. What is the deadline or limit of people you're accepting in the elite program? So the programs, for the elite program, I haven't really put a deadline or acceptance number on it, to be honest, because I have many hours in a day. So that's really the only thing that I have to devote my time to, is making sure that my members have their 1 hour strategy call every single month. But I have many hours in a day, so I'm not really worried about that just yet. Intermittent fasting, does it work? Yep. You are the hardest working mother of 4 that I know. Thank you. The self-doubt can get so overwhelming. Childhood trauma rearing its ugly head. It's not just you, Grace. Does it help if you cross-post your YouTube videos to other platforms? Yep, Meredith, I teach you how to do that as well in the basic, I teach you that in the elite tier. I teach you how to cross-promo in the elite tier. I also teach you how to make money in other platforms from these videos that you're making. And that's in the basic tier, teaching you how to make other money from these videos outside of YouTube, because you don't get monetized the first day you're on YouTube. But it is one of those things where you can utilize those videos to make money on other platforms too, while you're doing that. I had a whole business built before I was monetized on YouTube. I didn't even know that I was making money on YouTube until 3 years ago. I actually had like $4,000 sitting in this account on Google one day, and I don't even know how I stumbled on it. I just kind of stumbled on it. I'm like, well, what's this? You should have seen my face. I'm like, $3,000. I'm talking literally just sitting on my Google AdSense account. Didn't even know that this thing, I didn't even know money was there. Money had been accumulating for months. And I didn't have a bank account for it to deposit to. So I thought it was unreal. I thought it was fake. So I went and I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and put a bank account on here because it's my Google account. So I knew it was secure. And I'm like, I kept checking it. I kept checking it every day. I'm like, okay, the money's still there. Is it coming? Like what? And then it said that it was gonna deposit by a certain date. And then it said, I think it was like the 20th or the 21st. And I checked my account the 23rd, and that 3,000 something dollars was in there. And I was like, good gracious, great Scots, I'm making money from YouTube. And that was how it started. Is the ELITE program you teach how to have a successful business? Well, I teach you how to build a business through YouTube, basically, where you can, number one, make money from YouTube, but you can also make money on YouTube. How you make money on YouTube is building your brand. I built my brand on YouTube. I wasn't monetized yet. I'm coming. Excuse me, guys. Do you want me to log in or you log in? I'm coming, you guys. Whew. All right, you guys. Sorry, I had to do something. But yeah, so the YouTube Like a Boss training, the Academy opens on October the 1st. I have content that I actually have to finish today. And then I'll also put these different things in my Amazon store for you guys to be able to grab those different items that I was talking about. Like, honestly, this is probably one of the easier things to me, especially because, you know, content creation for me is fun. When you see it as fun, then you look at it in a different light. You're not so content with, you know, everything else, should I say. Yeah, I can't do that there. Anyhow, I have videos that I need to go upload on my YouTube channel as well. But like I said, you guys, shop the $10 sale, crystalwonline.com, and also elitehaircareusa.com. We also have digital content, digital ebooks, stuff like that on the YouTube Like a Boss platform, which really the Academy name is $1 Million Biz Academy, where there's the Canva crash course. There is how to find your niche if you don't need, you know, the YouTube training. There's the content calendars. There's the content planners. There's one for Instagram, one for TikTok, one for video. There's all those different ones on there. So the Academy is just really to open to everybody, because it's not just about YouTube. It's not 100% just YouTube. Some of the different classes have workbooks. Some of the different classes have workbooks that go along with them, things that you can print out, like printable things. And then some of them you don't need a workbook for. So, you know, all of that is available in the YouTube Like a Boss Training Academy. And then, of course, $1MillionBizAcademy.com is where you can get access to everything, including YouTube Like a Boss training. And then all of our digital content planners and calendars and pre-made Instagram posts. And there's all that stuff in there for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and finish what I'm doing for today, because I have a lot of work that I have to get done. But definitely, you guys, don't forget to go and check out both sites and get yourselves signed up for both. Cool? Love everybody. Peace.